back to the Nether experience. I decided to go into the Nether day. I had enough obsidian to be able to sort of get to building the portal and go inside. Although it did spawn me in the Basalt biome, which is not one of my favorite biomes, and it has enhanced magma block, magma cube, sorry. And they just all chase you. Like there could be a large one and then smaller ones, and then they all just chase you. So I spawned in a very difficult situation, although I did get out of it. It wasn't like detrimental, but it's fine. I sorted it out. I did take building blocks with me, but it wasn't enough. I could have just broke the netherrack and sort of taken that with me. I did get out of some nasty situations that I was stuck in. Thank goodness I had a notch apple that I had looted from a chest at one time, but I upgraded from iron armor to diamond armor. And so now I have a little bit more of a fighting chance, especially in the nether, since it's overhauled. I have yet to be going to the end because I need to find an actual end room, an end portal. The current end room that's inside the trial chamber by base, it doesn't have an end room. I have looked everywhere. It doesn't. I did throw a Eye of Ender, and it did send me like to a wall, which I broke through, and there was nothing there, which makes me believe that the trial chamber took up most of the end room. So that's why the end portal didn't spawn in. And so, even though that was like a lucky chance of finding that, it's not so lucky when you don't have an end. It would have been so cool, been so close to home. But now I'll have to go find another one. I don't know how far the other one is from home. I'll have to go searching when I have my Lycra. I'll, well, I can't get Lycra unless I find the end, right? So I have to find another end portal so that I can sort that out. I can shulker shells, but I'd like to build a mega base before I get there because I don't build small houses yet unless it's a add-on to the mega base. So what I do is I get all the resources that I need, and then I make like a build in my brain, and then I build it out on the layout in Minecraft. I don't do creative builds or preparing. I don't do TNT duping. So all the materials that I get is me going to get them myself. So I need about 15 to 25,000 Blackstone. Then I need 12,000 to 18,000 quartz, 10,000 nether bricks, and maybe some bone block for texture. I was thinking. Oh, I also wanted to mention you'll see that I'll be placing copper blocks down, get oxidized. I have set the world tick speed to 50 or 25 so that the copper gets like changes faster. Not because I want to wait for it, but because when I start building, I don't like waiting a long time for it to oxidize. I just make it speed faster, so the trees grow faster, so that I don't have to use TNT. And I don't want to build a tree farm. I have never built a tree farm. I'm probably not going to build a tree farm, but I'm not too sure how to build them, and they look really difficult on YouTube. So, and it incorporates TNT tubing and obsidian. So I just changed the speed. It's much easier for me since this is on hard. It's not on hardcore because it would be difficult for me to be able to play hardcore because I'm curious about everything. So when I go into new structures, I just like look around and everything like that. I don't even like see the mobs, and then I see the mob at the last minutes, and then it kills me. So it would be difficult to be able to do hardcore without me dying to curiosity. So I have to sort of play the mod pack first, get used to it. Obviously, there'll be updates, right? So I'll get used to that too. But for now, I just want to play through the mod pack, and then once I get to a certain place where I'm comfortable with everything before they bring out the next update, I'll go into hardcore and do a series there. Although I have done other hardcore series before, but I've died like 50 times over. Crazy. So I want to sort of put myself in a position where I can get better at my building get better at farming resources, which I'm really good at, and building redstone farms. Because redstone for me, we're not friends. I have to search it up on YouTube to be able to build anything. The only thing that I know how to build is a sugarcane farm in a 3x4 um, sector, and then be able to get like sugarcane. I think it's 18,000 an hour or something like that with bone meal. When I build that, I'll just pop a short pop tutorial on YouTube so that you can see the way I built it if you want to ever use it. And this is also Bedrock, so everything that I'm doing is going to be Bedrock orientated, and so the wither fight will be different. The end fight, I think, might be a little bit different. I'm not too sure what the difference is between Java and Bedrock. I just know that the weather fight is different. That I know for a fact. And so Bedrock does feel a lot more funky to people that don't want to use Bedrock. But to me, Bedrock has always been my game that I've played. So when I go to Java, I struggle even to fly. No, cannot fly. It's like impossible. I keep crashing into walls. So I will always play on Bedrock and I'll stay on Bedrock. There's not a lot of people that I see that play Bedrock, as in they can use the launcher from Java. I play on Xbox. So I play Bedrock uh, and I can't play Java on Xbox. So I do have a PC where I can play Java, but I prefer Bedrock anyway. So at the end of the day, this is where I'll primarily be playing. So I can't go into like third person or do like you can on PC where you can build and then you can record at the same time. Yeah, on Xbox you don't have that feature. So when I do like one of my builds, I'll just go through it and show you how many blocks I added or how I built the structure so that it's easier for you to comprehend what I'm doing rather than um, me being able to. I'll find a way around everything that's easier on Java that's not so easy for Bedrock so that it's easier for teachers to see that it is possible on Bedrock things. You'll see the way I think like well I'm not sitting, but I'm walking into the salt biome. At least there's a lot of glowstone around me, which is really good. That's good for potions, I think. I don't do potions either. But you'll see the all the magma cubes and the endermans and I wouldn't say the piglins, but the endermans specifically and magma cubes all look similar to their biome. So because I'm in the basalt, the magma cube will look like a basalt magma cube. I was building up here, and then I saw the piglin village. I've got two necessities before coming in here: golden apples and a piece of gold armor. So that's why I got chased everywhere I went. So I kind of made my own life. I was building along here to get there, and I heard a really, really weird sound. So I ran back and jumped back down because I was scared. I thought it was a ghast dying or something, but it was a scream and a ghast dying at the same time. That same ghast got stuck somewhere. I'm not too sure where. But you'll hear now. That sound? Yeah, the living daylights out of me. So I just jumped down because I thought it was a ghast spitting that like fireball at me, but it wasn't. It was actually one dying and the sound of the VFX in the Nether. So there's a scream that happens like every few seconds or minutes. I'm not too sure. I haven't counted the intervals. I'm not interested in that. But everything makes a noise inside here. It has its own unique voice block thing. So when I went across here, I built across here, there was a brute, there was a normal piglin, and two other normal piglins that were after me. But in the main hall, like the biggest building within the area where the piglins stay, there is a spawner on the left entrance and on the right entrance. So the front and the back entrance, basically. But from where I built to, it's left and right. So be careful if you do play this mod pack and you find one of these little villages, these piglin villages. They do spawn in the crimson biome and in the blue biome. So they will always, mostly, unless it's blocked off by another building or regeneration, there'll always be two spawners, the piglins, and they will consistently spawn. They don't stop, like the vindicators. So I do have something added in on this mod pack as well, in the utility mod. It gives me a spawner wrench, so I'm able to pick up the spawners and then take them back home and then make a farm out of them. Although I don't think I can change the spawner to a different mob. I don't think that's a ability that I can do, but I'll check. I haven't made the spawner wrench because I haven't needed to make any farms yet. If I need iron, I can just go to the caves. I have the utilities pack on where I can vein mine quickly. And there's also another one where if you mix a smelter with, I think it's cobblestone and something else, I think wood, you can make a smelter. So when you mine things, they turn into the second melted form. So you get mining with iron. Same goes for copper and any other resource. Like, I don't think it works with quartz. I will try. I will try that. And I don't have to go to the quartz a lot. It'd be really efficient. I need a lot of it. And so I'm pretty sure it only works for the overworld. I know there's ore in the end now as well. So I'll have to check that out. The stronger one, better than netherite. But I know these places can also give you netherite ingots and netherite armor and tools. I just haven't had much luck yet, but I will though because I'm going to explore a lot more today when I get the chance to play again. I was streamed this last night, so I was trying to edit it and send it out as fast as possible so that I can get onto my next journey into the Nether. This time be a little bit more prepared. I wanted to also make a little house thing that whenever I go into the Nether, I can put the resources in there and then go back and forth. Because I remember you can't sleep in the Nether, but villagers can. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't tried it, but yeah, I learned very quickly that in the early stages of playing Minecraft, not sleeping in the Nether could you just blow up. Not off the hardware. I didn't even watch a meme about it. I just did it myself and blew up. So you see a couple times here, I do make a little bit of mistakes trying to run away from things. Like there, I could have jumped and landed on the other side, but I was in a panic to run away from the piglin. However, I do go back to the village to sort of loot the chest. In the Great Hall there, for the piglins, there is a surprise waiting for me. I did build up, and when I was building up, I paused by the netherrack just to see. I didn't pause in game because you can't pause, but I, I paused within the netherrack to find out on like the wiki if this type of mob can sometimes glitch into one of the buildings, and it did say it's possible. So now every time I go through one of these, I'll have to sort of look in the main hall because it's the only place big enough to spawn one and sort of eradicate it immediately because I had to use a not apple just to get out of difficult situation. You see how many mobs are to me? There's magmas at the bottom. There's a hog, by the way. And then there's three piglins, one brute, and the others were swords. Oh, and a ghost, by the way, which looks a little bit scary when you open his mouth. Because it's a magma. No, it's not a magma ghost. It's a basalt ghost. So the white ones are the basalt ghost, and then the magma ghost, you'll see them. They quite they make themselves known. They are gray and orange. I did have a terrible scenario that happened, by the way. Uh, on my previous upload, my controller disconnected while I was trying to escape a bunch of mobs. I don't know how it disconnected because it's always plugged in, but okay. I think I bumped the cable and my controller disconnected. And then here it also happened there a few seconds ago when I paused. Like my controller disconnected, but it didn't tell me that it was disconnected. It was just disconnected. Like normally it pops up and says your controller has been disconnected. Yeah, it didn't give me that option this time. So I might have to get a new Leap controller again. Which is fine, but the problem is I don't understand why Xbox Elite controllers just disappear so quickly. Like they so well made and then they break so easily. And it's always either the bumpers or the analogs. And then you get stick drift. That's why I was thinking of permanently moving to PC, but having an Xbox controller so it would be easier for me to sort of navigate and go around. Because I'm pretty bad at playing on a keyboard. I've tried it multiple times, it doesn't work out my way. So you see all the blocks here. There's also a lot of lights in the Nether, new lights and stuff like that. I also want to incorporate that into the mega build, especially from the blue forest. The crimson forest also has the same lights. It's just red, I guess. And I want to get a lot of beacons, like maybe 2,000. So I can build a beacon. I wouldn't say factory, but if you can't, well, you can, but you can't. It wouldn't be optional or operational. You'd have to manually or automatically kill the wither underneath bedrock. Not under bedrock, but underneath the end portal thing. There's a way to kill it. It just suffocates and dies. So I wanted to build like one of my dreams in this game is to build a giant base thing that I've seen similar to YouTube. Like, but in my own build style, using a lot of quartz and snow and like a lot of vibrant blocks to make it pop, right? But I wanted to have lanterns that were hanging from the ceiling out of beacons, but make the beacons work so that the lights go right through the top. So I have sort of a build in my brain about it, and then it has like a way to go underground, and then I'll have like 2 or 3 or 4 farms under there. But my main base will have majority of like the farms that I need and storage. I do know how to make an auto storage, but the scale that I want, I would have to sort of pre-plan that. Maybe I won't actually, because um, I know how to start it all. I just don't know how to build a shulker unloader. That's the worst thing. I never learned how to build one of those. So once I figure out how to build a shulker unloader, then I'll incorporate that into the storage, the automatic storage thing. So I want to be able to get all my building blocks that I need first. So I'll make a manual storage for that, and then when I want to build other mega builds, I'll make an automatic storage for it. Because it seems like I can gather a lot of blocks in like a day for what I need. But then when it comes to my mega builds, I'm so distracted. I will start one build and then start another build halfway across the island and be like, what am I doing with my life? So I need to focus on building one thing at a time so that I'm not over encumbered myself with resources and or things in the game that are taking my curiosity away from actually doing things productively. And so in the next episode, I'll probably get majority of the resources that I need. Obviously not that like 15 to 20k, but I'll get like maybe 2-3,000 and start on the perimeter so that I can get this mega build up and running. So I want to be able to get at least half or a quarter of the resources so I can get an outline going, and then I can just keep going back and forth from the Nether and getting the resources to build the project instead of focusing on other things like farms and stuff. I'll build a villager farm underneath the mega build. So there is a thing inside this mod pack that you get. It's called a golem digger or something like that, and it digs the ground for you. It's kind of like a TNT duper, but not. It just digs out like a section of the ground for you, and it keeps the resources in its back. So you just have to empty out the resources every now and then, like the dirt, the cobblestone, the deep slate, and the cobble deep slate. I don't know if it mines through ores. I haven't tested that, but I know you need like a couple of things just to get one. And so that's what I'll do. I'll get them to break the ground for me while I go get the resources. And then I'll get a hopper and put it underneath so that the resources go into a chest and so they never get full. So I can keep on going back and forth from the nether and getting the things I need that I don't need from the overworld because they'll be getting it for me. So you'll see this is the hole that I was talking about that has the 2 spawners, but there's something pretty waiting for me inside. So I wasn't expecting that. You'll see. There's a ghost just sitting in there. And then that little floating thing that just went by, yeah, that's a mini ghost. That hurts way more than a bigger ghost. I don't know why. So I don't know I don't know how it was able to shoot me, like pinpoint right through those things, because apparently now ghosts have super aim. But I don't know where you find the ghosts, the flying ones that I saw in the updates. I don't know where you get them, so I'm gonna have to go search that up as well, so I can get me some pets, and then I'll have to build a sanctuary for them. That's obviously linked to the mega base. So I have a couple of ideas for the mega base, mixing Blackstone and Deep Slate together because they look really good, and then adding in frog lights and what else? Quartz crystal, quartz itself, and then maybe some snow bricks because now you can make snow bricks, which is really cool. So I'll be adding a lot of different textures to this build. My own build style. I don't even know what it is yet. I can't even tell you if it's a dwarven or if it's mythical, creative, or whatever until I start building. So I don't do any, like I said, I don't do any pre-planning or any. I just go and build everything that I want, and then if I don't like it, I just tear it all down and then rebuild it again. Because if I'm gonna get better at building, I might as well just try, fail, try, fail, try, fail. Just like with my YouTube channel. If I don't get anywhere, I just try and try and try. And if I fail, I try again. So the aim for this is just to try and be able to be consistent with my uploads as well. And the same thing is with my gameplays, be as consistent as possible. Because I really enjoy Minecraft, but I also enjoy playing other games too. It's specifically adventure games. I don't like games that make my blood boil. It irritates me. It depends on the game, I guess, but anything PvP related, it boils my blood and it just like ruins my whole day. So I guess it wouldn't ruin my day if I was really good at the game, but I would have to put the time in to get good at that specific game, right? And right now, I really just want to focus on my Minecraft and maybe some Revenge of the Fallen Planet. That game is also pretty good. I was playing a lot of that earlier this week. That's sort of a scenic change for me. I did play the first one. First one was also really good, but the second one is better, much better. I was expecting the second one to be worse than the first one, but it actually turned out to be semi decent for now. I haven't explored all the planets, but I'll get there. There is 4 blocks in this game that I really love. It's the blue wood, the crimson, I guess you could say like the crimson fungus plants, not the full tree, just the actual plant itself. I'll put string over it so it doesn't grow. But that, and then Blackstone and Deep Slate. I can put quartz in there as well, I guess. So that's 5 blocks. But I need to sort of go out of my comfort zone and place other blocks at the same time because I can't just keep on using 5 straight blocks all the time. It doesn't make sense. I need to sort of branch out and make new ideas so that I get comfortable with different kind of blocks. But that's basically all I wanted to say, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. And thanks for watching.